It's Christmas, everyone! And what could be more Christmassy than Instant Dungeon, a game made by With the Love Studios and published by Flying Interactive. When I think of Christmas, I think of dungeon delving. Am I the only one that thinks of dungeon delving? I think I might be. Anyway, Instant Dungeon is a mixture of maze-like games in the vein of Pac-Man, and of course, dungeon delving. It is called Instant Dungeon. Without further ado, let us delve into a dungeon that is instant. There are various different flavors, as the game says, recipes. And the primary one is Action Recipe, where you explore the dungeon and collect treasure to earn a high score. And this is the one I'll be showing you. Let's go! We start off at level 1. You'll notice that there is no time limit. You will also notice that the screen is tiny, in that there is very little to explore. You'll also notice that there are absolutely no monsters whatsoever. There are monsters. You move around using the direction keys, and this is gold. You take it, because gold is valuable. You also take knives, because knives can be thrown with the spacebar, but don't miss, or they'll break. And you take keys to open doors in the vein of Gauntlet. You can't get through the game without collecting the key. You can avoid everything, and just go straight for the exit every time. There is nothing stopping you. This is, after all, a dungeon, and the better treasure is deeper down below. And every time you finish a level, victory fanfare! Now we have one monster, and you'll notice that the music has added an additional layer on top. Every level you go down deeper with a musical tune, it actually adds another layer to the music, makes it more complicated. I quite like that. Now you'll notice that there is light, the items shed light, and you shed light, and the door to the exit sheds light, but nothing else does. At the moment, the illumination of this floor is very bright. This will change. As we delve deeper into the dungeon, it will start getting darker, but not yet. We can't pick up a knife as we already have a knife. So we'll throw this one at the skeleton's face, killing it, and stealing its gold. Are we actually dungeon delvers, or are we just breaking into this skeleton's house? Who knows? Let's move on. Level 3! There are 2 skeletons now, and we could demo an item here, the shield. The shield will actually prevent one hit, and turn the enemy around, but it will break. And you have to be using it to actually gain its effects. If you just have it in your inventory, it doesn't make a difference, and you just die. One hit with no protection, and you die. You'll also notice this level is slightly darker than the others. Only very slightly. Let's move on. That's not the exit, that's the entrance. Whoops. Level 4. The levels are actually getting a bit bigger. They are scrolling to the side slightly. They will scroll even more. That is worth even more gold. So is this dead skeleton. We shall take this shield and move on to level 5, where we are instantly attacked by a dragon. The dragon you do not actually have to kill, and I even debate if you can kill the dragon. You just have to get the key and move on, and I prefer to take all the loot as well. After all, I am delving in a dungeon. We need the loot. There are different characters you can select. I just chose this one. Yep, we've opened the exit. The dragon doesn't seem too bothered by that. And we race the dragon to the exit. And here we are. There's a new monster. A zombie. I'm not entirely sure if the zombie controls any differently, but we have now been given an axe. Axes have particular uses, and I'd like to see if I can use it properly by maybe getting these 2 skeletons next to each other. Or these 2. No, no, no. There you are! It goes through enemies! It breaks when it hits a wall, just like the knife will if you happen to miss with the knife. If you miss with the knife, that will also just break. You can't pick it back up. Well, you could, but the game won't let you. Levels are getting slightly darker. They are getting bigger too. But remember, the ultimate objective is simply to get the key and leave. Nothing else is required, everything else is secondary. Levels are quite short, but there are, I believe, an unlimited number of them. They just slowly get bigger and bigger. And that is the helmet. The helmet works exactly like the shield, save you don't actually need to be wearing it, like by holding spacebar. Pressing spacebar equips it. And there is another monster, the Goblin. The Goblin drops more gold when he dies than the skeleton. Or does he? I don't think he does, actually. No, but there are monsters that do. I don't think the Goblin is one of them. Let's leave. Level 9. Quickly grab that to instantly open the exit right next to us. But we are not going to go to the exit right next to us. We shall collect even more loot. And try and avoid dying. There is another helmet. We do not need another helmet. We only need one. I think we've got all the loot now, though. So let us move on to, I do believe, the second boss, who is a giant skeleton snake. You can quite simply avoid him. The game's kind of like Pac-Man in some regards. You do simply run away from quite a lot of enemies. Ah, he's chasing me. Nice bone crackling sound there, but we can just leave. Oh, this is bad. Oh! Should not have walked out there. Ooh. The game does indeed get more complicated. As you saw there, I did in fact die horribly. When you're in this little exit here, you cannot be killed. I should have just waited. I should have realised that those things were going to flank me. And while one of them turned around when the helmet broke, the other didn't. It won't take us very long to get back to floor 10, though. I want to try again. I want to get further. I'm nowhere near got to the 10,000 score that's there in the top right. I'm not sure if I ever will. Ha! I throw knives at thee. Or is it a dagger? Or is it actually a gladius, which is what I originally thought they were? They sort of look gladius-shaped. There we go. All the loot. And we leave! And there is the dragon. Being a bit dangerous there. I do think there is a finite number of bosses, even if there is an infinite number of levels. You see, though, that the door is in a different place this time. It's over here, rather than on the other side. Just start collecting loot again, quickly. Hey, skeleton. Have a knife. Now, can I catch these two? No. Be nice, but I'll settle with one. And an axe. It's got a nice little fluid motion to it, moving things like that. It's a game that you can just load up and just play a little. Just do one run of... Oh, this was... Oh, I was about to say this was a poor idea, and it was. Should really keep a shield with me. Should always have a shield, if nothing else. The game gets really dark later. I have got quite far. The game gets really dark, and you actually have to start being very careful. Have the helmet, though. And I'll carry a shield! The shield slows you down, by the way. You can't run at full speed with the shield. Oh. There we go. Now, where is the exit? It's there. Well, looks like I'll be holding onto this shield for now. Ooh, monsters. If there hadn't been monsters, this would have been a little simple. But no, monsters. Aha! Monsters that have no idea where I am. I run through the dungeon like a shadow. Although shadows are quite incapable of running. By themselves, anyway. You can actually hit the bosses. I don't know what it does. Turns them round. There you are. I think in attacking the bosses is a bit fruitless. There we go. Now we're back to floor 11. The music's changed a little. Aha! We just need to watch out. This is a fireball spell. The fireball does indeed go through a lot of enemies. And will leave a slight burning on the, Ooh. See, it's getting a little darker. It's getting a little harder to see now. You can still quite visibly see things, but in time, it will get worse. Until you have less time to actually notice things. That's what these are for. Torches. They provide an area of exceptionally bright illumination. Best to put on... Oh! Best to put on parts of the map where you definitely need illuminating. See? I might have seen that person earlier had it have been brighter. But it wasn't. And there is the exit. I could go for that, Yeah, let's go for it. Next level. It's getting darker. It's getting harder to see. You can see the items, but not so much the layout, and this is a time stop spell. For the duration of the hourglass, no enemies move. That may not necessarily end up being a good thing for you, by the way. Sometimes you want the enemies to move, like this lizard man. But when you have that spell active, they won't. They will stay perfectly still. Exit time, I think. Level 14. There we go. Let's grab this axe. It's getting very dark now. Do you remember how bright it was on level 1? It's not that bright anymore. Get that. This, I believe, is a temporary light spell. It temporarily illuminates everywhere better. Temporarily. We'll be using this torch to help us. However, the exit is right here. So why not just grab a few more things and leave? Like this fireball. And then get attacked by this guy. He is sort of a pumpkin bombing throwing man. He throws bombs. Pumpkin bombs. And there are a lot of pieces of loot. Basically, there are little alcoves that you can just hide in. And big gems, too, with a lot of value. You just don't want to get caught in one of the explosive radiuses. Or else, of course, you will die. I could try hurt him. I will, actually. There you are. That just turns him round. I don't think the bosses can themselves be harmed permanently. You just avoid them. Hello! Hello, small, pumpkin bombing thing. It's a small one. It doesn't have the bombs. We can throw them, though. Just like he did. Now you can see there are more monsters. There is more danger, and it is getting darker. And the levels are getting bigger. You may on the one hand want to collect all of the items, but on the other hand, some of the items, of course, shed illumination. And they give you a brief idea of what's going on. Now that guy, you can see him. Wait for another 10 levels and you'll barely be able to see any of these. Haven't had to use the helmet yet. Might have to soon. Nope. Ooh. Think I got away. Ooh. Nope. I did not get away with it. I'm going to have to go collect that helmet. Fortunately, there was a spare. Need to find the exit. That is not the exit. This is the exit. Level 17. Monster. Dead monster. And a torch. There's an hourglass? There are a lot of items. Always want to have at least some form of weapon on you. It's the pumpkin explodey man. The man who drops the exploding things. The little one, though. Will we ever see the bigger one again? Who knows? Ah, the exit's open, though. Let's go. Level 18. It's getting very dark now, and the levels are getting very big indeed. And that was a tiger monster. It is dead now. No! Grab that. We are being followed. We are not being followed anymore. Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa. This thing, you press spacebar, tells you where the key is. If you already have the key, it tells you where the exit door is. It's a good item. I like them. See? I can go and beeline straight for the key. And the exit, I do think, is down there. And I'm actually tempted to go there. There are a lot of monsters. Now there are more monsters, and it is even darker. So you remember this level of illumination? I liked this level of illumination. However, it is not a permanent thing anymore. Now it is... Ooh, I missed. Where is the key? It is there. Good. I can go get that. Oh! I can try and go... Ooh, not that way. I could go get this helmet. Yes. And then go for the key. There it is. One key. One open exit. It's right there. Okay. Just gotta be careful. I have a fireball spell. Let's go to the exit. And then there is another dragon style monster here. This one fires projectiles in a circle. As you can see here, it's right here. And the key is here. It's firing them in a circle that we're just going to follow just to get all the loot. Seems quite content just to blast fireballs forever in a circle. Eventually the circle does end, and at the end there is in fact a wall that they collide with and dissipate. We do not actually want to end up hitting that wall, because if we hit that wall, we are trapped. And I do not wish to be trapped in an area with what looks like a plasma ball firing dragon. There it is, you see it in the corner? We do not want to get stuck there. So we're just going to be very careful. Grabbing all the treasure. We dropped our fireball, but we can't go back for it. And while we have the chance, we do that. Dart up here, and we're going to get to the exit. There is a harder boss. Oh yes, there is a harder one coming up. And now it is very dark. Look at how dark it is now. You can barely see anything. This thing's following me. I'd like to actually be able to... Whoa, this is one giant dead end. Do not go this way. I need the shield. See? It's getting difficult now. Difficult to see. Light spell? I would like that. Where is the key? It's right there. Why did I use it? If I'd have waited half a second, I'd have seen the key. The exit, however, I have no idea where it is. No idea. Oh, careful. Big gem. Ooh, narrowly avoided that. Okay, this is a bad place to be. Do not go that way. Do not go... Ooh. I believe that's one of those plasma ball spells. There you are. And I just totally wasted it. Grab this knife. The exit is somewhere up here. I think. There it is! We found it! And we didn't die. Victory! And now we're on an even bigger level. That's even darker. Said eventually, it's just going to be pitch black. Anywhere where there's not an... Again, use the item when it's right there. I could try exploring. Hello, Mr. Cyclops. I do not wish to fight you. I could explore. I shall risk it. I do have a helmet. We know where the exit is. It's in the top right-hand corner. Getting to the top right-hand corner, of course. Oh, it freezes them. So it's not plasma, it's ice. It is an ice dragon. Never actually hit anyone with that, that's why. I think I've got a fair bit of the treasure. I don't really want to endanger myself any further. So let's go. You move quite fast, which is sort of a downside. Because you don't have much time to react. Well, I'm not going to use it there. I'll use it here, though. The exit is there. The exit is there. Boom! Double kill. We know where the exit is. We could afford to explore a little. Oops, that was a waste. I imagine you could probably use the ice spell to hit a monster and then ram the monster into another monster, thus killing them. I'm actually tempted just to leave the level. Oh, and that's why. There was another helmet nearby, but I can't risk it. Oh, it's very dark now. I am likely to be eaten by a grue. Very likely. Not a werewolf. Whew. I need this light. I need to figure out where I'm going. Aha! You are ice. Ah, there is a key thing. It will tell me the way to go, if I survive that long. I might not. The good news about the Pumpkinhead, guys, is that... Oh! You know, it's a good thing I had a moment to react to that. So the good news about the Pumpkinhead, guys, is that their heads are... Oh! I got a new high score, though! Hooray! You don't get to see the next boss there. I was about to get there, and then a goblin ambushed me. A new high score. Let's put it in. There we go. Success! I am number 6. There are other people higher than me, though. And people lower than me. Like that one there. One of the first times I played. So, this is Instant Dungeon. I am being patient while you save. And it brings you back to level 1. Look at how much brighter level 1 is compared to level... What was it, 29 or something that I was on? Very, very bright. It does get harder later. So, I think that is Instant Dungeon for you. It's quite a fun game. I definitely enjoy playing it. Definitely enjoy playing it. You like loading it up occasionally and just doing a run through a dungeon, see how long you last, see how dark and gloomy it can get while you delve into dungeons, searching for treasure, throwing knives and spells at goblins and skeletons and all manner of horrendous monsters as you bravely venture further downwards. I don't wonder who built that dungeon. It was like, yeah, I'm going to build an infinite level dungeon here. An infinite level dungeon. Yes, it's not going to end. So we're going to be working on this forever. But what if monsters start populating the higher levels? Then we better keep digging. Because if they catch up, it won't be an infinite level dungeon. Just imagine these dungeon builders frantically building at ever larger levels to stop themselves from getting attacked by the monsters that are slowly populating it from the top down. I think I've thought about that a little too much there in Instant Dungeon. So, that was Instant Dungeon, and I'm Kikoskia. And I hope you all have a good day. When we come back, more videos! More Instant Dungeon? Maybe. I'll see you then. Later.